Happy Thursday. I still miss you all. I hope everything has been going well for you. Today, we're going to be adding a reset button. But there's some conditions. It's not as easy as just adding a button and resetting. You guys already learned that. There's no fun. So, the name of this assignment is called Add a Reset Button. What we're going to want to do is we have already added our game over screen. And we have our count that's going up and it's going down. We want to have it so that when it goes to our game over screen, we don't have to hit refresh up at the top. I don't have to hit refresh on the top. We should have a reset button on our game over screen. This reset button should have 3 conditions that are met. I'm going to put that on here. 1 should be that it sets the screen back to our starting screen with our arrows. So, reset to main screen. Then we want to set our variable back to 0. And set it so that our counter, the text, shows up as 0 as well. So, on our game over, we want a reset button. Make that reset button go back to our main screen. Set your counter variable back to 0 and set it up so that the text shows up as 0. This should be fairly easy considering we don't have our if statement anymore. You guys have done most of this, but we need to set our conditions. Make sure you include it inside the event for our start over button. You guys have already learned set screen. So you make sure you have your set screen to be to our main screen. And in that same encapsulation, which is what this is called, or modulation is also what it's called. There's always 2 words in everything in computer programming. But it's encapsulated, meaning we have that event. So on the event that our reset button is clicked, we probably want to, you want to reset our main screen to our main screen, set our variable to 0, and have it so that the text shows up to 0. Now, if I've taught you anything, all you have to do is change your variable, and the text should change as well. But this may not always be in the right order. So just because I have it here doesn't mean that you don't have to think a little bit and problem solve. Use critical thinking to figure out how these work. Because remember, computer programming will only do specifically what you tell it to do in a very specific order. So if you tell it to set its main screen and then set its variable, it may not work out the way you want, but it may. Half of this is experimentation and playing. You guys got this. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Keep up the good work. Remember, donuts for you. And if this was super easy and all you're doing is sitting around playing games because Mrs. Tori has the easiest assignment ever today, that means when I come in on Friday, I want my hands cramping because I've had to write so many blue tickets because there's no missing work. So if this is done and you have extra time, take this moment to log into Skyward, check any missing assignments that you may have, because I am going to be doing nothing but grading because I'm taking the train down and back. So I'm going to be so bored and I just have to obsess over your work and if whether or not you have it. So I want my hands cramping because I had to write every single person's name on here. Or I guess on here. Either way works. No, I miss you. You're doing fantastic. And you guys got this. See you tomorrow.